Pam, 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 pam. Oh, hello. Swapping back. Sorry, we were trying something. Gotta try new things. You never know what's going to work and what's not going to work. You like were you trying to summon Cthulhu? I'm not sure what you were doing there. Yeah, I can take guests if people want to come up and talk to me. If people want to come up and talk to me, I'm game. Let me grab that link. Where's Christian? He better not ditch me. I'll fight him. Give me a second. Hold on. There you go. Oh. How you doing, old man dog? Oh.
Hello.
Whoa, what was that?
Hey guys, I'm live. Can you be quiet? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Haha, look at me go. How are you doing, man?
I'm all right.
2 weeks was too long.
You know, it is very hard for me to do any of this when my wife is out of town. Like, so I do functionally, I have 2 full-time jobs. So this is all extra shit. And when she's not home, like, I still have to do all the morning stuff that needs to get done in the house. I have to take care of, like, our dog, now dogs.
Yep.
I have to take care of some of the other mammals, and there's a lot of stuff she does as part of her morning routine that I have to do, and that doesn't even count like all of the domestic labor that she does that I have to do. You know, like I already do. I already do most of the dishes and a good chunk of the laundry. So. But there's still a lot of stuff that needs to get done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I totally get that. I have 3 actual human animals that I'm raising, and so it gets busy. I don't know if you just heard one of them say, "Excuse me."
She has, I mean, obviously 99% of the animals in this house are mine, but she has a couple. And also, like, our schedule, like our sleep schedule is skewed. So we can both get full night's sleep and get everything done. But then when she's out of town, I don't get a full night's sleep any night. So I nap in the middle of the day, and that kind of screws me up. And like, there were a couple nights I'm like, one night I literally was like, I should go live. And I opened my computer and I was like, I'm going to answer a couple work emails before I go live. And then I was like, all right, I'll do all of it tomorrow.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. And puppies are a lot of work.
Yeah, bringing on a puppy. You guys have an infant. Like, that's a lot of work.
It is a lot. But
a ton of work. So that makes sense that you've been MIA for a hot minute.
Yeah, but he's settling in, and the old dog is finally relaxed about him. He hated him for like.
Oh.
He still doesn't like him. He still doesn't like him.
Oh, I'll have to share it with you in the Discord sometime. I have the funniest pictures of when we got our second Morkie. We have had a Morkie named Butterscotch, and she's this tiny little thing and a total princess, and we spoiled her rotten. But when the kids had to start school up again, we felt bad because she was at home by herself throughout the day if she didn't go to work with me. And so we got a second one, which was her biological sister from a different litter, same mom and dad. And I was under the impression that bringing her home to Butterscotch was going to be this like amazing, awesome thing. And I have the funniest pictures of Butterscotch just side eyeing her, like, what the hell are you doing in my house? And who are you? And it took, I want to say weeks, possibly even like a month and a half or so for her to like start to warm up to this new puppy in her house. She was not happy.
Yeah, he was the young one for 12 years, and then
Mm-hmm.
he's been the only dog for 6 months, and now
Oh.
he's the old dog, and there's a puppy. Oh, and the puppy's bigger
Oh.
than him.
Oh no! That's what happened to Butterscotch. Her little sister got like twice the size of her.
He's gonna be Obi's gonna be somewhere between 5 and 10 times the weight of Owen. So
Wow. That's
so
crazy.
yeah, but which is why I wanted to start with a puppy, because if we wanted a big dog and I brought a big dog in the house, this little one would get pushed around. So
Yeah, absolutely. How's all of the rest of your critter crew doing?
fine. This is the slow time of year for me.
Mm-hmm.
This is I wouldn't have done a pup. I would not have done a puppy in busy season for me. Absolutely not. This is the slowest time of year for me. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, all of my animals that need to be cooled, like all of my animals that need to be cooled are cooled. So I've got some stuff that's not eating. I got one lizard that the only reason I know he's even alive is I go poke him like once every couple weeks, and he goes like,
What?
there you
That's
go, bud.
wild.
It's totally normal. And I
That's
poked him
funny.
because he specifically has had some problems with brumation in the past. Um,
Mhm.
I have one of my bigger tegus. She hasn't moved in 3 months. Like I just go and I look and I'm like, still good.
Christian is saying to turn the banner on
Turn the banner on. I don't
and the
know how to do
overlay.
anything, Christian. You have to do everything.
We have to
Um,
learn. We have to learn on our own too. I'm doing lives now. I'm on day 3. I'm only going to be here with you for the next like 15, 20 minutes because I got to prep for my game night. But it's a
for your
lot to
game
learn.
night?
Yeah, I'm doing on TikTok. They've got like the little drawing game where you like draw and your chat guesses. And we did it the other day, and everyone was like, "We need to do this again." So I was going to go on for like an hour before GT goes live because he's usually live around 9 o'clock.
It is funny. Like I'm not giving him a hard time. Like there's no trash talk when I say this. It is funny that the ecosystem around that guy, like it's like, dude, can I go live? Well, he's live. Can I go live? Well, he's live.
I love it. I think we all kind of have branched off from him in a sense, and like our communities are all intertwined. And like, I think it's really cool. Like, I love it because I have people that come into my live and they're like, oh, yeah, we know you from GT's live and chat. And it's awesome. Like, I think we are such a cool fucking community for that. And I love that we all respect that too because we all want to be a part of his chat too to some degree. And so I was like, yeah, I'll do live for like an hour, maybe 2 hours, depending on if he goes live. And then every time he goes live, everyone's like, all right, see you later.
All right. This is not a shot at anyone in particular. This is not a shot at anyone in particular. Can I tell you, I'm fine with that when it happens when someone is like a viewer. But when I have someone up and we're mid conversation and they're like, GT's up, pew, and they're gone, I'm like, what the fuck am I, chopped liver?
I think I've done that too. I'm sorry.
Like we were having like mid conversation, someone's like, never mind, the main event's on. You son of a bitch. Like commercials are
Well,
over.
I'm going to tell you now, I'm here for the next 30 minutes. And then I'm leaving for my chat, not his.
Yeah, but that makes sense. That makes
So,
sense. it's just funny that he has such an ecosystem around him, you know?
For me, it's an addiction. Like, I think I spent months where, like, I couldn't sleep well if I didn't get on a GT Live and hear "Love You Mean It" at the end of it, and I got to, like, say smooches back to him. So, like, it's like a neurodivergent thing. I'm obsessed. I have to do it. Otherwise, I'll be annoyed that I didn't do it. So,
Love you mean it. Love
yeah,
you mean it.
it's good times. What else is new? You got a new puppy. That's a pretty big thing.
Yeah,
But
do I need anything more new? No, I don't.
no, actually, I think that's pretty
No,
good.
don't put that
Where,
on me.
where's
Don't put
wifey
that
at?
on.
You said
What's
she's
that?
been gone.
What's that?
I
Hold
said,
on.
where's your? Okay.
I
Well,
put that right over your face. That's not good.
oh God, hi. Wow, I'm right there in your
You were
face.
already right there.
Well, I could on my screen. I was a lot smaller. So
Uh
sorry, chat. I didn't realize that my face was up in your face. I'm having
um
like a massive eczema breakout on my eyes right now, so I look pretty haggard. Speaking
what
of, just put these suckers back on.
chat overlay and the TikTok chat is off banner.
It looks good.
I don't know where my banners are, Christian. I don't know anything.
I don't know anything. That's how I feel. There it is. Find me on all platforms. Weird Gecko Guy. Want to chat? Pull up on Twitch or YouTube.
Yeah, it apparently feeds both to it. I don't know how any of this works. I'm an old man.
Looks good. Good job, Christian. Good job, Gecko.
See, Christian knows what's up. I don't. Christian does. This
I
one
like
on the
it.
bottom's way too big. I'm getting rid of it.
This looks fucking professional. Like, this looks really good.
Thank you, Christian, because I didn't do any of that.
Yeah, no, it looks dope.
Yeah, so I don't have anything else going on. I don't need anything else. Puppies are a lot of fucking work. They're a lot of work.
Yeah, I get it. I like I've owned so many different animals. I was telling my chat the other day um I've had 3 pugs, I've had 2 boxers, I've had 2 Saint Bernards, I've had a Rhodesian Ridgeback, I've had a Labrador, I've had a long-haired Dachshund, had a Lhasa Apso, a Shih Tzu. What else? I think that's it as far as dogs go. I've had like 6 hamsters. I've had a couple of birds. Lovebirds were my thing for a while. I had a lovebird named Pierre that used to like sit underneath my hair and go with me wherever I went. What else have we had? Lots of animals. Lots of critters. Our next door neighbors growing up had a bird. What is that called? A aviary? Aviary?
Yeah.
With a lot of exotic like parrots and birds in their backyard. They also had a little farm. And then inside the house, they had illegal critters that I don't think you're supposed to own in California. And one of them was like a type of flying squirrel that like slept in a little pocket.
Sugar glider.
Pouch. Yeah, one of those, sugar glider. And oh, he was so sweet. Or she, I don't remember.
They're very cute.
Super cute.
I have the meanest one on earth, but that's okay. Oh, she's so mean. She's so mean. My wife got home from her trip the other day, and I was like, hey, hang out upstairs. I got to go do animal stuff. And she heard me yell, and she's like, what got you? I'm like, this stupid fucking sugar glider.
Oh.
She's so mean. She is the meanest one I've ever seen. And I've kept them on and off for like 25 years. She's so mean.
Oh.
Look, some creatures are just defective.
Yeah, I was gonna say some of them just have an attitude. They're sassy. They came into the world and don't want to be here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or they just want to be left alone. That's funny.
It is.
When is your really busy season with like hatching and all that stuff?
So it depends. Like, it's funny because we're talking animals. Now I'm going to get political, but I have no choice. Global warming fucks up my industry so bad.
Okay.
Because it used to be, I go to this like worldwide convention in Chicago, the Chicagoland area every October. And it used to be every October I would cool my animals when I got back because they already wouldn't eat for a week because I was gone for a week. Right. And now I struggle to cool them in February. Like,
gotcha.
Today's cold.
Yeah. It wasn't here. It was really hot here today in California.
while my wife was out of town last week, we had 3 days in the 60s. Like, I can't keep my animals cool enough. Like, me and a bunch of people have actually converted like wine refrigerators to cool the
Wow.
animals down enough. And so that skews things. But normally, I put stuff together in April or May, depending. And then the busiest months are July, August, September. That's where I get the most hatchlings.
Gotcha.
And then I start the process all over again.
That's so cool. How long have you been doing this?
I bred my first reptiles in 93
Okay.
or 92. And then I started doing it as a job in like 98.
Hi, Jake. Good to see you, bro.
Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, I started in 98.
Okay.
And since 98, there have probably been 5 or 6 years where it was my only job that year. But
Oh, that's sick. That's really cool.
uh,
Do you do primarily like one type of reptile, or is
uh,
it I've seen how many you have, but like do you have like more of any of those than you do of all of them?
so obviously geckos, but I keep about 20 to 30 different species of gecko,
Okay.
um, depending on the year and depending on what's available. And sometimes it's also trades because I trade with other breeders. Um,
Cool.
like one of my buddies was like, "Do you want to trade this for this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I traded them. And he's like, "I wish I hadn't traded you those animals." I'm like, "You can buy them back." And he's like, "Really?" I'm like, "I don't like keeping these at all." He's like, "Oh my God, I'll buy them back." I was like,
Oh,
"Perfect."
sick.
So that skewed my numbers for a couple. Okay. Oh, I got
Gotcha.
it. Sorry.
You're
So,
good.
someone's dreaming.
Oh, are they doing like the like running with their little paws in
Yep,
their sleep?
he was.
Oh, I love when they do that. Or they
He
start
was.
like whimpering in their sleep and you're like, "What are you dreaming about?"
Yeah, the puppy keeps crying, and we look, and he's asleep. And I'm like, "All
Oh,
right,
that's
I
like
can't,
so
I can't
wholesome.
scold you for whining if you're asleep."
I get so sensitive about that kind of thing because like in my imagination, in my Coco Land brain, I'm like, they're dreaming about their brothers and sisters that they just got ripped away from and their mom and dad, and they're like wishing that they were home with their litter, and here I've taken them away and I stole this poor little puppy. But I know that's just me. But it might be the truth too, so give him a little bit of a break if he's a little emotional.
I mean, this one, he's been here. We got him 2013. We got this one. So,
Nice.
but yeah, the puppy, he keeps, but he also barks in his sleep. So I just think he's a vocal sleeper, which is funny because he barked and I went to scold him because he
Uh
barked and I was like, enough. And he barked
yeah.
again. And I went, enough. And he barked again. And I leaned over and looked and he was like,
Knocked out.
and I'm like, oh, all right, never mind. Bark away, little man.
He's just talking in his sleep.
I hope you catch it.
Oh, that's so cute. What did you guys name him?
Obi. Well, it's Oberon, but Obi.
Oberon. Obi, that's so cute. I think you said that already. My brain just didn't
We're
process it, store it.
we're like 95% that he's Newfoundland, and they look like bears. Like they
Oh,
look
cool.
like bears. So we wanted to pick a name that was like bear-like.
Yeah, that's cool.
And a couple of my friends that work with dogs professionally saw him, and they're like, "Are you sure that's Newfoundland?" I'm like, "I'm not sure. Shit, it came from a rescue. I'm not sure of anything. We're gonna
Yeah.
see." And interestingly, multiple friends separately, like people that don't know each other, think
Uh,
he looks like a Caucasian Shepherd, which one is a very rare dog, so I doubt it. And two,
uh-huh.
knock on wood, I hope he's not, because
Yeah.
they're a lot. They are a lot.
Well, mastiffs are a lot. Like, have you had a mastiff before?
So I have not had a Mastiff, but I've trained Mastiffs, and I've got a
Ooh.
bunch of friends that have Mastiffs.
So our Rhodesian Ridgeback had mastiff in him, and he was massive, and he was the best dog, honestly. Like his name was Chevy because he was as big as a Chevy. It's why we named him Chevy. And he played football with us when we were kids, like a grown, like he was like a 14-year-old boy, like the way he moved around. And we would throw the football like down the yard, and he'd run and he would like catch that thing in its mouth, and then he would dodge us all and run it back. Like he was the coolest fucking dog I think we've ever owned. But huge. everything. Lots and lots of food, massive poops. Like they're big dogs.
Oh, I know. Like, so hold on one second. Foolish. Yes, I am going to do the DNA test. When we take him to the vet for his first appointment, I'm going to ask him. We've used the same vet since 2008, so I'm going to ask them what test they recommend, and we're going to do that one. So
I'm back. I'm just grabbing
no,
water.
you're good. You're good. When my wife went on vacation, she was like, "I'm worried about leaving you guys alone, me and her dog." And I'm like, "For what?" And she's like, "I'm just worried." I'm like, for what? I was on my parents kicked me out when I was 15. I was on my own for 11 years before we started dating. I know how to feed and wash myself. Like, I'll be fine.
That's funny. I totally get that. I left home at like right after I turned 17, 18-ish, but I was very independent starting from age 14. My parents started making me pay rent, paid my own bills. When they bought me a new car, I had to pay the insurance, had to pay the car payment. Like, so I might as well have been on my own because I could come and go as I pleased. I just had to follow the rules of like during the week I couldn't like be out past midnight, and then on the weekend I needed to call them and let them know where I was staying if I didn't come home. So
yeah. I one time got arrested when I was 15, and they held me until they couldn't hold me anymore, and they had to let me go. My parents had no idea.
Fun fact, have never been arrested. I had my first cop car experience getting to ride in the back of one just in 2023. But it wasn't because I did anything wrong. One of my friends, her car broke down in the middle of the night, so I came into town to help her with it, and the cops were there. And so I drove her car to a gas station once we got it started. They followed us there and then drove us back to my car. And so they like buckled me into the back of this cop car. I was shaking. I was so like not okay with it. I was like, there's no like you can't get out of the back of a cop car. There's no
I know, and I've never been in one of them on a nice ride.
Oh, it's terrible. I can't imagine being arrested. I wouldn't survive it. I really wouldn't. Like, I would do one of two things. I would either cry or I would get so mad that I would probably end up dying because I would like try to fight them. So,
Note with self: don't commit crimes with you
yeah.
because you will. So yeah, no, it's not sure why that came up. I lost it. What was I going to say to you? Oh, being on your own. That's what
Oh yeah.
when she was worried, like I said, I'm like, I might do something crazy. I might do something wild. And she was like, what? I'm like, maybe I'll go out and get a girlfriend. And she just went and like looked at me because she knows I'm not going to do that shit. Yeah. And I was like, maybe I'll go out and get a puppy. And she goes, if you want to get a puppy, go ahead. And I was like,
oh, you did?
Yeah. Oh. I actually called her though. I'm like, hey, so remember how you said if I wanted to get a puppy, go ahead?
Shut up.
And she was like, yeah. I'm like, I need to talk to you about this dog. And she was like, if you want to get a dog, get a dog. I'm like, no. I'm not asking you for permission to get the dog. She's like, okay. I'm like, I'm asking you for permission for the expense that this dog's going to be, because it's going to be a lot of food and grooming. And like, we discussed it, and she's like, I don't care. Do what you want. I was like, okay.
Yeah, my girls, my Morkies, I did not actually think that out very well. I got them because my partner is totally allergic to dander, and like, so these dogs, they're not hypoallergenic, but they don't shed, and so I did not account for how much it was going to cost in grooming because, for one, Butterscotch, she had a very curly coat, and so she matted really easily. And so every 4 to 6 weeks, I was spending around $320 to have these girls groomed and together. And then on top of that, like their food. And then our girls had an extensive wardrobe as well. So, and they had car seats and they had accessories. So you get invested in your fur babies.
Yeah.
What's going on in the chat?
No idea. Yeah, it was, again, it was very funny that I was like, so I need to talk to you about a dog. She's like, so get the dog. I'm like, nope. It's not the dog I need to talk to you about. It's all the money we're going to spend every year on the dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need clearance to have the dog. I need a clearance on the financial expense related to the dog.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. Your chat is blowing up here. Someone says, as a former bather, dryer at a groomer, get the Firminator conditioner treatment. Yes, the brush is nice, but the conditioner is insane. Good to know.
I mean, just so you know, I'm not doing this dog's. No, no, no. I'll sell 2 more geckos and I'll pay somebody else to do it.
That's awesome. Are we getting? Is this for a real person?
No, it's a spam. I'm already
I
on it.
was like, are we getting bots in the chat? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Requested from the groomer for sure, for sure. I actually one of my really good friends is a groomer, and I was like, "Will you just text me exactly what I need to ask for this dog?" Because I've never ever had an animal that went to the groomers. And I was like, "Will you just text me?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'll text you." She's like, "Make the appointment for like 5 weeks from now, and I'll get you an answer." I was like, "Because I'm just gonna go in and go do this."
No, that's crazy. I'm gonna be jumping off here in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, no worries.
What was I gonna ask you?
I don't know. By the way, Savvy, I like that you said you'd be pissed. If you knew the stuff that I come home with, Savvy, if you knew, you'd be like a dog, whatever, a dog. Like, so the ferrets that we have, we were at a breeder's house where I was looking at some like short-tailed possums. They're possums that are only this big, like they're
Oh my
tiny.
god, I love possums.
They're super cute Brazilian possums, and we went to this breeder to pick up some because I've bred them on and off. And oh, gotcha, Savvy. Okay, I'm telling this story anyway because now we're in it. And he had one ferret left, and while I was looking through his animals, like my wife was bored, and I just handed her the ferret. And she's playing with it. She never really played with a ferret. And I heard her name the ferret. And once she names it, we're screwed.
Yeah, I get that. I feel that I'm the same way. Like I'm one of those people that over the years I brought home dozens of cats. Like
Once it's named, it's all over. So I was like, I looked at the guy. I'm like, hey man, when we come up with my total, include the ferret. And he's like, okay. So at the end, he's like, all right, this. And if you still want the ferret, I'll give it this much. And she's like, we can't get a ferret. And I was like, why not? And she's like, we don't have anything to put it in. And I'm like, I have 2 empty Ferret Nation cages in the basement. What are you talking about? And she's like, we don't have food for it. And he grabs this bag and goes, there you go.
Nice.
And she's like, what? He goes, it's my last one. He goes, that's my last one. So if you take them, I don't need the food. I'll just give it to you. And she was like, we're taking home a ferret.
Wow. I've never had a ferret. I've always wanted one. But at the same time, we had family friends that had them. And I'm not easily sketched out by animals, but when you hold them and they like slink and slide, the way that their spine, like their skeleton it's like a slinky. Like it feels weird
I
to
did
hold.
once convince one of my friends that was a biologist while he was not sober that they don't have bones.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. They don't feel like they have bones.
They move really weird.
It's like a furry meat suit.
And he was playing with it. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I don't know how they move like this. I'm like, they don't have bones. And he's like, but they're mammals. I'm like, they don't have bones. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, 1,000%. And he's like, okay. And then the next day, I got a text message from him in the morning and was like, mammals have bones, you son of a bitch. I'm like, you're the biologist. I don't know why you believed me.
Someone in your chat said, I'm still over the fact they swim. They swim?
Yeah.
Like otters?
I mean, not that well, but they can swim.
Oh, that's weird. You know what I'm not okay with swimming is moose. Moose swim underwater, not like just paddling underwater, deep. They can dive. So you can be in a lake, in the mountains somewhere, be swimming away thinking you're having just a nice little swim, and all of a sudden a prehistoric moose is gonna pop up out of nowhere and possibly take you out. Moose, I'm afraid of moose. That's the only animal I'm afraid of.
Water buffalo swim. And nobody thinks that's the case, but there's a reason they're called water buffalo.
I was gonna say, but water's in their name. A moose is supposed to be on ground. Like, they need to stay there.
I will tell you, as someone who has seen multiple different moose in the wild, seeing a moose in the wild is terrifying.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm afraid
However
of them.
big you think they are
They're
big.
bigger. So much bigger. I'm 5'11", and standing next to a moose, I am looking up at it. Like, it is terrifying how big they are.
They are huge. Hippos run underwater. Yeah, because they're so muscular, they sink.
I don't like it. I do not like it.
There's actually this really funny video. There's this really funny video where this dude is talking to a zookeeper who's throwing fish food to cichlids over a wall. And the guy comes over and goes,
to what? To cichlids?
Which are these tiny little fish. Like there were a bunch of cichlids.
Oh, okay.
And she's throwing food to cichlid. And this guy goes, hey, if I jump over this wall, what's the punishment? And she looks at him and goes, death. Oh. I'm like, dead serious. Death.
Oh my God.
He's like, for real? And she's like, hippos kill more people than any other animal in Africa. Yeah. And as she's saying it, this full-grown hippo just comes into view in the tank.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, heck no. Hippos are terrifying. Moose are terrifying. Grizzly bears, don't mess with them. Don't mess with buffalo. The amount of idiot freaking humans that come to Yellowstone, Montana, or Yellowstone, Wyoming into the park and think that they can put. We had 1 year, so I'm from Bozeman, Montana. We had 1 year that a family went up to Yellowstone National Park and they found a baby buffalo that was like freshly born, kind of away from its pack of family or whatever. They picked it up and put it in the back of their SUV and took it into town and asked what to do with it. And it made it made our state news. And then later, I think it was either our Veterans Day parade or like our 4th of July parade on Main Street. Someone in the parade made like a baby buffalo costume and had a person in the back of an SUV like sticking out of it, making fun of these people. But it is a running joke in Montana and Wyoming how stupid people are when it comes to wild animals.
Is that where you live?
Not anymore. I'm in California now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
One of my friends is a professional animal photographer, and she's in Yellowstone. Like, I swear, like 250 plus days a year.
Yeah.
And I always send her stupid tourist videos. She's like, oh yeah, I was half an hour away from that when it happened.
Yeah. Yep. Like, no, that's us. We were like an hour and 45 from the Yellowstone entrance. It's a beautiful park. I would encourage your chat, if you're an animal lover, obviously you are if you're here, you need to get to Yellowstone National Park and see it.
So
on that note though, bro,
see you later.
I gotta go. It was so much fun. I'm so glad you're back. We should do this again.
I just needed a break for a little bit.
Yeah, I totally get that. I feel you. So thank you, chat, for having me up, and thank you, Gecko. Thank you, Christian. I will see you guys another time. Have a good one.
See you soon, friend.
Bye.
So zealous. My friend was when I tell you my friend could have seen that happen, but just didn't happen to because of the way things were. Like, I remember seeing that video and I'm like, you are so lucky you survived that. You are so lucky you survived that. Oh, excuse me. Christian, where are you at? You still in here? You want to come up and banter with me? If not, I won't be offended, but don't even say it. While you still can. All right, old man. So who do I want to make come up here? King. Do you know who started that, King? That alternative fact, that rumor. Do you know who started that? Because I do. Because it's my buddy. My buddy Proletariat Repair started that. And I have seen it all over the internet now. And every time I see it, I laugh. Like, they don't care about truth. They don't care about facts. Why should we? Why should we? You know? But, oh, Christian, you hate me. Oh, it's super funny. It's absolutely funny. But it's even funnier to me that I know the guy that started that, and he is one of the funniest people you could meet. He is so funny and so weird, in the best way. Like, in the best way. I'm not, his lie 100% tracks, you know? A lot of truth is said in jest, as they say. Also, the best lies have a foundation in truth. Like, you make something up that sounds absolutely crazy, people are going to be like, really? But you make something up like that, it's like, oh yeah, that could be. He's actually freaking hilarious. I wish he was in here so I could harass him. Maybe I'll DM him and ask him if he wants to come join us. Bear with me while I find him. See you later, Savvy. He's hilarious. I'm being real ominous. We're talking about you on Twitch. Just for your information. Does Puppy have a name yet? Yeah, Oberon. We're calling him Obi. Because Oberon's like a big dog name, and he's not a big dog. He's a little baby. He's just a baby. It is funny because I'm talking to two people at the rescue still. One, I'm talking to the person that was fostering him just to kind of get details of like what he'd experienced and what he was good at and has he been around this and stuff like that. And I'm talking to the person there that handles the shots to coordinate with my vet. And they have him on their paperwork as Josh. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is not a Josh. And they'll be like, yeah, so Josh did this and Josh did that, and he's good with this and he's not good with that. I'm like, yeah, Obi. And we both know what we're talking about, but they're still using Josh, which is fine. Like, they don't have to. Yeah, Josh. Like, let me find the picture of him. I might have the picture of him from his listing. Do I? Yeah, I do. I can't cast, so I have to be like a boomer. Josh. That's not a Josh. In no universe is that a Josh. Yeah, human names are okay. I like human names. My last, the dog that we recently put down, his name was Roscoe. This is Owen. I have multiple friends named Owen. One time I was actually on the phone with my friend Owen, and I went, Owen, and he's like, what? And I'm like, not you, my Owen, not you. And he's like, oh, I'm not your Owen. I'm like, not in the same way. I don't have paperwork that says I own you. Excuse me. You like old man names like Carl? Carl's is a good one. Carl is a good one. Give me 1 second. Where did I put that? Thank you. Yeah, Carl's a good one. There's some good names for dog names. That's not it, though. That's not it. Good morning. Yeah, Carl would be a good dog name. Carl would be a very good. Did you see the cat name? I did not see the cat name. Excuse me. Excuse me. Terribly sorry. I've met so many animals with weird names. Whatever you put in there, I'm going to believe. Whatever you put in there, I'm going to believe. Old man names are good. Like, I knew a cat that was named Gertrude. Did they call her Trudy? No, they called her Gert. But it fit. It worked. It fit. Neil Patrick, no Harris. I know that people have their animals donate blood. I don't know how I feel about that. I just don't know how I feel about that. Because the animal can't, consent. I guess they can because they could reject doing it. It just feels weird. And I know it's got to happen. It feels weird to me. It feels really weird. By the way, the puppy is getting antsy, so if I sprint, it's to get him to the door. I can see that, a big cat, like a big cranky street cat being Bob. There was a street cat in my neighborhood that everyone called Mike. And I'm like, why do you call this cat? And it was a feral cat outside. Like, why do you call this cat Mike? And apparently he was known for killing rats and this and that. So he was Killer Mike. I'm like, all right, fine. I like it. I'll accept it. It's weird, but I'll accept it. Yeah, those are good names. I trying to think of what really funny, weird pet names I've seen recently. I don't know. Now, when I'm off this live stream, I'll be laying in bed going like this. Sometimes it's, I don't know. You never think of things in the moment. I always feel like moments like this are when you see a street interview and someone's like, name 3 men. And there's 3 what? I used to know someone who had a dog named Elroy. No, it was El Ray. It was El Ray. And everyone was like, why is it El Ray and not Elroy? And this person did not speak one word of any language outside of English. And they were like, that's what he came out of the shelter with. And I just kept it. I think they misspelled it. And I was like, okay, that's weird, whatever. And one day we were talking and they wrote down his name. I think it was in a text message. Maybe it was in a different chat, but it was written. They wrote his name, EL space RAY. And I'm like, El Ray? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, you know that means your dog's name is the King, right? They had this animal for years, and no one had told them that El Ray was not a misspelling of Elroy. I thought it was so funny. Yeah, foolish. Again, I'm not saying it's wrong. I just feel weird about it. That's just me. And I know it's a vital thing that people need. I am not trash talking it at all. It's so weird to me when animals do that. And some animals probably don't care. My cattle dog, he wouldn't have cared. You could have taken my cattle dog in there and taken the needle and been and he wouldn't have cared. So it's certainly not that. It just, I don't know. It feels weird to me. I may be totally wrong. And if I'm wrong, that's okay. It's just kind of what's in my brain. Oh, good morning. Oh, good morning. They knocked them out for the most part. Again, it feels weird. I'm not giving anyone a hard time. I'm just saying it feels weird. And I may be 100% wrong. And if I am, that's okay. I'm not giving you a hard time about Dobie's name, but it made me think of it. Can we stop naming our animals after frickin' Harry Potter stuff? We got to stop promoting that frickin' brand. She's a monster. I actually, though, foolish to what you're saying. I I've known a couple people have done those studies on dogs that go in the MRI machines, and the dogs don't have to go in if they don't want to. So it's really fascinating. And obviously the MRI doesn't hurt the dog, but it's really interesting to me that there are dogs that are like, oh, you just want me to wear earmuffs and just lay perfectly still? I'll do that. Like, so cool. So cool. But again, that's the dogs could just get up and walk. I don't know. There's probably something weird in here about freaking bodily autonomy that's applying to cats and dogs that I'm not thinking of. But that's where it sits in my brain. Yeah, and again, I'm not saying don't do it. If like I wouldn't say change your pet's name. I honestly wouldn't change my pet's name if I was in that. I might change my pet's name, but I also I'm weird and I like changing animals' names. I know I'm weird for many reasons, but I really do like changing animals' names. One of my old friends had a dog named Red that later became my dog. Red later became my dog. But while he was my friend's dog, I didn't have to. I babysat the dog for like a week. And while I had the dog, I completely erased Red as his name. Completely erased it. And when it was time for him to get the dog back, I was like, hey man, I'll drop him off at your house like 2 hours before you guys get home. So even if your flight's a little bit late, he'll be waiting for you. I'll drop him off at your house. And foolish, give me 1 second on that. So my buddy comes home and he calls me and he goes, what did you do? Because he knows me. It's like, what did you do? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, what's my dog's name? And I was like, you really want to know what your dog's name is? He's like, what the fuck did you do? I'm like, well, his name was Red. Now it's Delicious. And he's like, you changed my dog's name to what? I'm like, his name's Delicious now. And he indignantly, he goes, Delicious. And the dog just comes trotting over. And he I could feel him just being through the phone. So then he's got to explain to his girlfriend that while they were gone on vacation, I changed their dog's name from Red to Delicious. And the next time I saw her, she goes, why did you do that? Why? Why did you do that? And I was like, oh, the answer is simple. So I can meet girls. She was so mad. He was so mad. He's like, couldn't you have lied? Couldn't you have lied? And I'm like, I could have, but I didn't. I could have, but I didn't. Give me 1 sec. Thank you. Oh, you love the Delicious story? Everyone loves that story except for the dude that happened to. Everyone loves it except for the dude that happened to and his girlfriend. Though they did break up because he was a fuckboy and he's not my friend anymore, but for a different reason. And she now finds that story funny. She now tells that story about do you want to hear what my shitty ex-boyfriend's best friend did to us one time? Now she finds it funny. I hope that it still burns his ass because I am a petty bitch. But she now finds it funny, and I still talk to her, which is interesting because he was my friend since I was 12, and they started dating when I was in my 20s. And she's like, so I'm being vague because I don't put people's names on the internet shows. So I'm dating your friend. I'm like, you shouldn't date him. And I said it right in front of him. He is sitting here. I am here. She's here. She's like, so we started dating. I'm like, you shouldn't date him. And she's like, why? I'm like, because he's going to fucking cheat on you and you deserve better. And I just said it. And he's like, not funny, dude. I go, I'm not kidding. Don't date him. He will cheat on you. He will ruin your life. Don't do it. And then when they broke up, she's like, I can't believe this happened. And I'm like, I fucking told you. And she looked at me and goes, you did tell me. I'm like, I know. I did tell you. And she's like, why didn't I believe you? I'm like, because you were dickmatized. You didn't believe me. But I told you on your first date Give me 1 second. Doing my fancy little mod chat. Give me 1 sec. Bow, bow, bow. I like that someone I invited up is like, let me up. Bitch, I wanted you up here. Did you request? I bet you didn't. You did. See, look at me talking shit.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is basically how I just joined, you can turn your camera on like this, and you can mute your computer mic and turn your camera off. Like you see where you right next to where you can let me in, there's a little thing to turn off the picture. Click that next to your name.
To turn off the picture?
Yep. See, now I'm the only one on the screen, and they couldn't hear you back when you did that. So if you join from your phone through the link on Twitch, you would have a better quality image, and you could walk around the house. So you could go down to the reptile room and stream, and you could be just like you see me right here, or you could even just turn your phone sideways so you get the full screen, but you get the better camera, and then you can look at your phone for the chat, and you can look on the computer for the chat. But you run everything through the computer, but the image and everything comes from your phone. That way you can walk downstairs or walk around the house.
Gotcha. Blah, blah, blah.
Open the Twitch app on your phone would be the easiest way to do it.
Yep,
And
I'm
then
going
you'll
to it
see
right
the pinned link. You just click on it.
pinned
And
link.
then, yeah, you'll see it when you go to the app. You see the top?
I see me.
You see the little extra message that's pinned. That's the link.
Extra message that says pinned.
It don't say pinned, but it's there at the top. It's the top message just not moving.
None of my messages are moving. I don't know how this works.
Hold on, let me go back to it.
I just click on the icon and it brings me into the stream.
All right, I'm gonna copy the link and repost it. So you'll see I just posted it in the chat of Twitch. So if you click on that link, you do the exact same thing you normally would
Oh,
do.
just like I'm coming up as a guest?
Yep.
Gotcha. Now, where do you want my volume?
You'll mute from the computer. So which is when you turn off your camera from the computer, when you rejoin, yep, turn your camera off on the computer.
Beep, beep, beep.
There you go. Now bring you up from your phone. Same way you let me up.
This way?
Yep.
Yep,
And then
that's better.
you'll mute your PC so you
So
can't
you can't
hear me talking
hear
on the
me talking on
PC.
the PC. I think I did that right.
Let me talk and let's see. Now I can hear
Now I
myself in
can
the
hear myself in the
background. So you'll
background. So
have to
you'll have to
actually
actually
mute.
mute.
Is it coming out of the computer or is it coming out of the phone? I don't hear anything. So now make sure you can hear the phone. I don't hear you talking from the phone. Yeah, turn the volume off, not the mic off.
The volume is off on the computer.
Okay.
Okay.
I hear
I hear
myself
myself
again.
again.
So I'm
So I'm
thinking
thinking
that
that I wonder if
I
the
wonder
computer
mute your
mute your
phone. Like turn
phone.
your
Like turn
phone
your
down real
phone down
quick. I
real quick.
wonder if
I
it's
wonder
the
if it's
sound
the
coming
sound
from the
coming from the
phone.
phone. How about now?
Let me talk. I can
I
kind
can
of hear
kind
it.
of hear it.
I'm trying to
I'm
figure
trying
out
to
where
figure out where
the
the
background noise is
background
coming
noise is
from.
coming from. No idea. And to answer the question about chores, I did my chores earlier because there's a puppy in the house, and I wanted to be upstairs because it's real easy for me to get sidetracked. And I'm going to do one more thing, and I'm going to do one more thing, and I'm going to do one more thing. And then it's like, oh, I haven't let the puppy out 3.5 hours, and I didn't want to make that mess. So turn volume off, not mic. All right, so volume is off there.
All right. So then when I talk, do we hear? Nope, I don't hear myself now. Did you make sure you enabled the mic on your phone? If you want sound and everything to be coming from the phone. I can't hear you from the phone. You might have to quit and come back. Or you should see at the bottom where it says your mic. Make sure you have it set. The 3 little dots. Make sure you have the settings where the mic is connected. Yep, he's gonna come back. Work in progress. Work in progress.
We'll figure it out later.
Oh, well,
Give
you're
me
back.
1 sec. Let's mess with this later.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah, I'll just.
I'm still hearing a massive echo, and I'm trying to figure out if that's me or you.
No idea. Well, I turned everything off on my phone, so you shouldn't hear anything.
Did you left from your phone, right? So it's just I don't hear an echo now. That's weird.
You have no idea. No idea. By the way, do you only live in hoodies?
Yeah, I wear nonstop hoodies, sweatpants, and beanies.
How do you not sweat?
Blood thinners.
It's fair. It's fair. My
That'll do it.
doctor's like, what's it?
I said that'll do it.
Dude, my doctor's like, I don't know how you run hot on blood thinners. Like, because I will be hot on my blood thinners. He's like, I don't understand how. I do not understand how you run hot on blood thinners.
Well, I get hot anything above 70. 70 degrees and under, I'm Gucci. Anything above that, I'm burning up. Anything happened in the news today we need to look into?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know. I've been afraid to look at the news, to be honest. Not today, just I'm still looking. I'm still looking. But man, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to look.
I never want to look anymore. It's kind of like forcing myself to.
That's fair. That's fair.
Israel set up a government agency to displace Palestinians from Gaza. That's reporting from Al Jazeera. Great.
Shocking absolutely no one under Trump's permission to make it a parking lot. They're doing that. Is that Christian? Yeah, Christian comes up every now and then. Christian comes up every now and then. You'll see Christian here. I've seen him. Where else have I seen you on lives? Really, just here and GTs. That's really it.
I've been in other lives, but those are the main ones.
Yeah, you never turn your camera on either.
It's rare, but I haven't shaved either, so you can see the balding and the facial hair. Unfortunately,
look, man, you could grow a beard if you wanted.
not really. I don't. Right here doesn't grow.
No one will know if you grow the beard.
I grow
You'll
pubes
know.
on my face.
You'll know. No one else will know.
Oh, you can see my walls too. I just noticed that. Now you can see the writing on the walls.
Now you can see the infamous Christian background.
The Slipknot poster in the background.
That's the least surprising of the whole thing, to be honest.
You see the art poster I have? I think it's Japanese art.
How the fuck do you pay? Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, this will make you giggle.
I mean, everyone your age has a Pokemon on the wall.
I don't even like Pokemon, but I like Squirtle.
How the fuck do you pay attention to the news without being torn asunder by anxiety? You don't. Trick question.
No.
I will tell you this. One of the rules I have personally, and this works for me, it may not work for you, it works for me. I don't look at the news after 10 p.m. I won't look at the news after 10 p.m. because then whatever anxiety I have will kind of have wound down by the time I need to go to bed. I tell most people, don't look at the news for 2 hours before you go to bed. Whatever happens that late, if you need to know about it, someone's going to text you and be like, did you hear?
Yeah, but I'm that somebody.
That's going to text people?
Yeah.
If it's big enough, you'll still find out. Vi, what do you mean? How could I do that to you? I turn them off when I do the triple stream. I turn them off.
Just easier that way.
It is. You cried. You're here now. What are you crying for? Harden the fuck up. Real men don't cry.
Yeah, get the fuck up here.
I'm gonna sprinkle some toxic masculinity into your life. Man up.
Twitch mobile does fucking suck. I will give you that.
I have heard that. I don't know enough to know.
Well, it's once you go from being on the mobile version to, or the being on the PC version to going to the mobile version, that's when you're like, oh, this is trash. I want to go back.
Most things are like that. There's what was it? I got one of the few things I've been paid to do on TikTok. I was paid to do an ad for a video game that was like an MMO that you could play on your phone and on your computer, like seamlessly. You were supposed to be able to switch back and forth. And it got destroyed in the reviews because people are like, it's a phone game. They advertised it as a game you could play on your phone. Of course, it's a phone game.
People are so dumb.
Like, I didn't hate it. I got bored with it real quick, but I'm not an MMO guy. I got bored with it real quick. But yeah, it's one of the few things where someone was like, will you make this ad? And I was like, yeah, 100%. As long as you don't care that I tell 100% the truth. And they're like, yeah, no, that's fine. Great. How long do I have to leave the ad up? 2 weeks. No problem. To be honest with you, I think I left it up for like 5 months. But
Screw it.
I play Melvor. I don't play any phone game.
I don't play any phone games either. My phone is strictly for community and shit like that.
I meant to say non-phone games is what I meant to say, because I do play phone games. I really only play one phone game. So
I bought a backbone at one point so I could use it for Call of Duty Mobile, and then I just never played it.
you bought a what?
Called a backbone. It's you put your phone in it and it gives you controllers.
See, I know nothing about tech. All right, everyone, I'm going to bully Christian for a second because I think it's funny. Me and Christian were in a group call earlier today, and when I tell you, poor Christian was so nervous.
Are we allowed to tell who we were in the call with?
Yeah, 100%. It's not a secret. Like, I don't say who I was on the call with when I talk about it, just because I don't want to. But we were on like a group call for leftist, like people that create content in leftist spaces to coordinate.
All I'll say is we were in a group call with a collective following of like 2.5 million.
They're definitely, because this is my why am I imagining Gecko playing Candy Crush? I won't play Candy Crush, actually. It's one of the few phone games I would never play because they stole that game from somebody else, interestingly. I am a Jurassic World Alive player, avidly. It's like Pokemon Go for dinosaurs. I play the hell out of that game. See you later, foolish. Yeah, dude, every now and then, like, this is the second one of those calls I've been on, Christian, and man, when I tell you some of the people are on those calls, I'm like, that weird Gecko guy. Hi, I think you're really cool. Like, I feel like,
Screw you! I'm not supposed to be here. That's all that was going through my head. This is not where I'm supposed to be.
I don't know. I think you're supposed to be there. I think you are. Good morning, Obi. He looked at me, closed his eyes, and put his head back down.
I wish we weren't on TikTok because I could have been just smoked on screen.
Well, you're gonna ruin everything.
Can't. I gotta be good.
Show you the puppy when he wakes up. I will show him, or when I have to wake him up to take him out. Because I'm gonna have to wake him up to take him out before this is over. He's zonked today, and he skipped his dinner. I'm not too worried about that, though, because I talked to the lady that was fostering him, and she warned me. She goes, just so you know, he figured out that if he doesn't eat, I will panic, and I will give him, like, wet food and pumpkin, and, like, she was like, and she's like, and I think he holds out for, like, better food. And I'm like, I think this motherfucker does hold out. I am going to try and give him his dinner like 4 hours late before I go to bed, so we'll see. But yeah, he's pretty cute. He's pretty cute. He's going to be huge, but that's a bonus. I think he's going to break 120 pounds for sure.
Oh, easy.
Has my wife met him? Yes. So my wife actually went with me to pick him up. Because did I say I'm going to get a puppy while you're gone? Yes. Did I set up everything to get a puppy while she was gone? Also, yes. But I told her, I'm like, hey, everything, like when she got home, I picked her up from the airport and we walked in the house and she goes, did you not get a puppy? Because there was no puppy in the house. And I said, no, we're going to go meet the puppy tomorrow. We're going to go meet him tomorrow. And if you you like him and it works, great. But I'm not bringing home a decade plus commitment of a large animal that you haven't met and approved of. It'll be all fun and games until he gets 6. Don't you put that on me. Don't you put that on me. But yeah, we went to meet him and I picked him up and I was holding him like a baby. And I was like, do you want to hold him? And I handed him to her and he just looked at her and went, just one little blem. And she goes, so he's coming home with us. I'm like, I needed you to meet him. Yeah, that's true with every dog. I don't know, Zealous. I don't know if I've said that on this live. I think I said this to Christian. I saw a TikTok that made my wife so mad. She said, fuck that person for making that video. And the entire video was, dogs, are you putting the worst day of your life on layaway?
Thanks again for that. Thanks again.
Motherfucker. Hey, man, I go through it too. I got a 12-year-old next to me that's getting older and slower by the day.
Mine's just turned 6 or 7, so I'm getting there, but not yet.
No, you got plenty of time. Vereen, I will tell you, part of me did go, I could go pick that dog up before she gets home, but I was like, no. And she would have been fine with it. Like she said, like when we were driving to go meet him, she goes, you know, you could have done that and I wouldn't have cared. And she had a valid argument. She was like, she said, and this is just the way it is. Because I used to train dogs for a living. She's like, I'm going to love whatever dog you bring in the house. You could bring home a Mastiff or a Poodle or a Chihuahua. I'm going to love any dog you bring in the house. So just bring in a dog that's going to be easy for me to love. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. But it was definitely funny where I was like, you want to go meet a puppy? And she was like, of course I want to go meet a puppy. Are you fucking crazy? Of course I want to go meet a puppy. Interestingly, we went in there. We went in to meet him. Like we went to this adoption event. We went to meet him and I filled all the paperwork out. And there were more puppies there than I would have been comfortable with. Because, you know, if a rescue always has puppies, how legit of a rescue are they? If that makes sense. And then like right as I was like, fuck, this rescue might not be legit. I might not be doing this. Because I'm not paying for a random mutt at some place that isn't legit. I'm just not doing it. And plenty of places masquerade as rescues. And one of the people that was working the volunteer event was like walking around and checking in with people. And she comes over and goes, how are things going? What are you doing here? And I looked up and it's a friend of mine that I know through the reptile community that I've known for years. I'm like, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, I volunteer with this place and she does fosters for them. And I was like, oh, so these guys are legit? And she's like, yeah, what do you mean? I'm like, well, there's lots of puppies here. She was like, oh, 2 females came in and had puppies like a month ago. And I'm like, she goes, so all those puppies over there, we're doing paperwork on them, but no one's taking them home yet. I'm like, I feel much better. Feel much better. This one will be coming home with me. Good morning. Do you want to say hi to the internet, old man? Good morning. Sleepy baby. This is what the people want to see. They don't want to see me.
Oh, Papa. Let me see if I can get mine to come in here real quick.
So you'll find this funny, Christian, looking at my arm and seeing that. Are the dogs getting along? Obi wants to be Owen's friend so bad. Owen is like, I would rather be the only dog in the house, to be honest. He got real spoiled. Yeah, Gladiator. So the cattle dog that we had for like 14 years had crazy satellite ears, and then we got him, and he also had crazy satellite ears. And now Obi has flat, like standard flat ears. One of my buddies, this mother, not gonna do that because I'm also streaming on TikTok, told me that Obi has puppy girl ears. And I was like, I don't know what that means. I don't want to know what that means. That is cursed content. Don't you put that in my brain. And he's like, I think you know what it means. I'm like, well, I can extrapolate from incomplete data. So yes, but I don't want it. Just let my puppy be a puppy. God damn it.
I wish mine was still a fucking puppy, dude. Jesus Christ. I miss
I like
puppy
that I
breath.
said, don't tell me. And what does Vi do? Oh, I'm going to tell you. Oh, I'm going to tell you.
I'm gonna fucking tell you.
You're going to learn today. Oh. Oh, my goodness. I don't even remember what kind of dog you have, Christian. I'm a bad friend.
A lab pit.
Wonderful. See, you got plenty of time left.
But he's called a lab mix, if anyone asks.
Dude, when I was a property manager and I would do people's paperwork, like for animals coming in, and they'd be like, it's a lab mix. I'm like, so it's pit with pick? Perfect.
Pretty fucking much.
Am I still friends with that person who said my brand new puppy has puppy girl ears? I mean, as much as I was friends with them before they said it. Like, I don't think they were objectifying my dog. I think they were just giving me cursed content, which is a very that group of friends thing to do. How to block Vile. Hold on. I need to look at this.
Oh, God. What is it?
I will DM it to you, Christian. Honestly, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. Good morning, Obi. I thought it was going to be worse. That wasn't that bad. I feel like that person's like 19 or 20 years old, and I don't like looking at women that young that are trying to be cute because that feels weird at my age. But do I think you would do me like that? I don't know. In the sake of a joke, I will allow a lot. Oh my God. Like 4 people. For those of you who follow me on TikTok, I did a video with the Republican makeup filter, and like 4 people have told me that's where I should go as for Halloween. I mean, do I think you would do me like that? Again, no. Now, if you'd messaged me on Discord, I might have not opened it. But TikTok, I felt like was pretty safe. Oh, man. His ears are... Yeah. Both of my dogs, actually, I think both of my dogs have really cute ears, personally. I think both my dogs have really cute ears. I think Obi's are going to be like this for his whole life.
Yeah.
Good morning, Obi. Hi. He's going back to sleep. He had a big day today. He had a big day the last 3 days, to be honest, but Obi baby, yes. The best is when he'll be screwing around. I'm like, Oberon, and he's like, I don't give a shit. Because he's got he's got Mastiff in him. He doesn't fucking care.
Not a single fuck.
Like, I was not feeding him as much. I told my wife, this is how much food he should get. And I wasn't feeding him as much. She's like, why aren't we feeding him? I'm like, because if he's not hungry, he's not going to listen. He's not hungry right now because we did overfeed him a little bit today. And he is not listening. You want to see? Let me go get him. Let me go get him. You all stay.
Hold on. Before that, you got to get up here if you want to see. You can't just demand and not join the chat.
I don't know. I hate to say it, but I did demand calf out of Katie, and I did get it.
You are right. You are. Damn it. Damn.
I'm being fair. Hi, Obi. Good morning. Good morning, little puppy man. Come here, Obi. Ugh.
I need some music in my life. Let's go. Damn it.
Look how big this freaking dog is.
Oh, you're screwed.
Hi, Obi. Hi, Obi. Here, you can lay on the couch. It's okay. Boop. Hey, real fluffy.
Very fluffy.
You're so tired.
I want to do something. I don't know what I want to do. I want to play a game.
We could teach you how to play D&D.
I was told yesterday or today I would be chaotic good in D&D.
Probably. You would be. Who knows what you play? Boop. Who stuck their finger in your mouth, Obi? It wasn't me. Majestic creature? No, he's a dumbass. That he trips on the floor because he's a puppy.
Also, his feet are as big as his fucking head.
Yeah. He's just a tired guy. Good morning. You want me to rub your ears? I'll rub your ears. I'll rub your ears.
I'm sitting here reading the news. I'm sorry I'm so quiet. It's just bad shit after bad shit. Apparently, a Delta plane flipped upside down in Toronto.
Dude, what is going on? How are there 75 planes crashing?
I think Mayor Pete was just holding it together with duct tape and a prayer.
Yeah, maybe. Hoth, yeah, he's going to be big. He's going to be big. He's 3 months old, and he's this big. And again, look at those Pete's. Do we teeth on my hand? Do we teeth on my hand? Yes, we do. Yes.
Oh, no, the nice Pope might die. Another Pope.
Yeah, legitimately, when my wife just went on vacation, everyone's like, aren't you worried about your wife? Aren't you worried about your wife going on vacation by herself? I'm like, yeah, she's going to fly in Trump's America. I'm fucking terrified of that. I am terrified of that. I'm not terrified of her being on vacation. I'm terrified of her fucking flying now. And like she was like, yeah, this is the first time there's been turbulence when I was flying and I was actually concerned. Don't you sass me. Where you going? Where you going?
Shit, is my hockey game on tonight? Son of a bitch. Team USA played and I didn't watch it. I'm surprised you haven't picked on me for watching hockey yet.
Why? I fucking love hockey.
Oh, God. Thank God.
I fucking love hockey.
Hockey's the shit.
Who's your team?
Okay, so in the NHL, my number one team is the Bruins, and my number two team is the Hurricanes. But I root for Team USA right now while they're doing this.
I got
The
two teams, Blackhawks and the Wolves.
Oh, I fuck with the Blackhawks. I will give you that. Like, was it Patrick Kane? That was the time I was watching.
I'm a casual fan of all the sports I'm fans of. Like, if you're like, what about this player from 87? I'm like, I'm sure they were great if you know who they are. Whereas we will like, and Christian, you've talked to my wife. You know what she looks like. You know what she sounds like. We will go to our friend's sports bar and she will sit at a specific table. So there's a game on this screen and a game on this screen. And then she'll have her phone with a third game and she'll just be like, just keep the glasses of wine coming.
Me as fuck. I love that.
Vi, I don't even think it's monogamous insecurity. I think it's just toxic masculinity. Where they're like, you're going to let your girl go by herself? I don't let her do anything. Obi. Just a sleepy boy. You've been sleepy for hours.
Not the only one. I'm also getting tired, and I don't know why. I slept most of the day.
I am too. Like, part of me wants, like, I can't put him to bed yet. Vi, I don't even know that that's the concern. I think it was more like she's not going to be safe. Good boy.
No,
good
I think most men are worried she's gonna cheat. I don't. The bad part is most guys aren't worried if she's gonna be safe. They're more worried if she's gonna cheat on him because she's not. He can't watch over. It's fucking weird shit.
Christian, you're in charge.
Oh God, no! I don't like being in charge.
Invite guests up. Talk to people. I gotta let a dog out.
I can't bring people up, motherfucker.
Oh, well, then you gotta.
You know, it'd be even funnier if I just dipped and left him up. That would be funny. That'd be cruel, but that would be funny. I don't know what to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
How can you not let people up? What is going on?
I don't have the power to let people up.
Well, what the fuck's the point of having?
You have to pay the $50 a month.
For what?
The two teams, and then you get the 1080p too.
Oh, that's ridiculous. $50 more or $50 total?
Total. $20, $25 more.
That's not so bad.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, when I was pitching it to everybody else, it's $50 a month, but you get 15 people can join into the live, and you get 2 guest or team slots, so you can give 2 mods the power to do everything you see on your screen for you. So I could literally run the live for you while you're live.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Who's gonna come up and talk to Chris while I take this dog out? Katie, you got to come up.
Come on, Katie.
Them's the rules. You saw the puppy.
I got told I might be bipolar today. Come psychoanalyze me. Let's go.
Yeah, he does need you for that.
Damn, you can tell how stoned I am. Look at these eyes.
I can always tell. That was just a stress response to our Zoom call earlier.
Oh, I was doing it on the call. What do you mean?
Is that why you got less stressed?
Yeah, 100%. Literally. Look at these.
Right.
Look at these eyes.
All right. So Katie didn't request, so you're on your own. You got a monologue, Stoner. All by yourself.
Mm,
Obi, you ready to go out?
What y'all want to talk about? Ask me questions. Q&A. We should do a Q&A. Ask Christian anything. Good God. This could go bad quick.
Right, wow.
Damn, I need to shave. Watch the numbers drop now. It's just me. That'll be great, actually. Prove a point. But,
I'm back. He laid
hold
down.
on. I have to answer this question because it's a good one.
Sleeping.
I'm lazy. I'll be real as fuck with you. I'm kind of lazy when it comes to this answer because my favorite is just that side shit where you just lay on your side there. That's my favorite, but that's being
How
lazy.
to mute a guest. Oh man. Yeah, he went and laid by the back door, and I tried to open it, and he won't let me open it.
Who's
Who's
your
your
favorite
favorite?
Legend streamer and why is it a
Why is it a
son?
son?
Because he's fucking Hercules. Look at that man. Top 5 cereals? Oh, I can give you like top 2, top 3. Number 1, Fruity Pebbles, then Fruit Loops, Apple Jacks, Honey Nut Cheerios is bomb, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. There you go. I gave you 5.
Here's the answer for your question to Christian.
Look at that man. Look at that man.
He's brolic.
He's not my type, and I'm still into him. That's the weird thing.
He's such a bro. He is such a bro. Such a bro.
I'm totally turning into that again.
I mean,
The
you
Pope did
might.
say that, but it was funny when he said it. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't haha. Like the Pope did say that, and he's a shitty human being for it. But you got to know that's the funniest fucking shit ever.
That's funny that he said?
Yes, because I can't say it, but in my head, all I hear is the Pope, but saying the F slur. Like, damn, I wish we were just on Twitch by itself. I could just say these words.
So we were talking about news earlier, and a buddy of mine just texted me, which reminds me of a conversation I had with him the other day. I'm leaving this coat on because that dog's definitely going to need to go out in a second. I can fucking call in as a guest and leave you guys here.
I told you. That's why we need to do this. Call in as a guest, and then you turn your mic off and your camera off on the computer.
So then what's the computer for?
It's just to run the live.
Oh, it's just like the HQ.
Yes, basically. So your picture comes from the phone, so it'd be better quality, and you can walk around and do stuff. But everything else is being done through the computer.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. So
cloud clearing.
Because then I don't have to leave you. Blink. Is it going to let me do this, or is this going to screw up?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. It's hilarious when you really break it down. It's hilarious to even think about that. Ooh, I'm in shots.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I think I fixed it.
We did it. We're good to go.
Give me 1 sec. I'm turning my earpiece on.
There's no feedback now, I don't think. I think we fixed it.
How about now?
Perfect.
Victory. Wait.
If you can't hear me, just do you know how you can slide over and change it to speaker and just change it to speaker and then back to AirPods or earphone.
How about now? Ha-ha!
Oh yeah.
Got it working. Oh, and you ready to go out? Good, because we're taking your stinky brother out.
Yeah, quality looks a lot better on this too.
Oh, interesting. All right, maybe I'll do this. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Ferrets, do you have food and water? You do. Okay, perfect.
It's
Obi,
basically like you're using your phone as the digital camera.
can I flip my phone? I don't know. Nope.
Should be able to flip the camera. Let me see. If you see at the bottom of the screen, you see where the little camera is, there's an angle or like a drop down next to the camera.
Yeah, the drop down for me has maximize, mirror camera, and hide.
Oh, I guess you have the two different. It probably won't do the back camera. Mine's got the. I could do dual
Boop.
wide back camera, front camera.
Haha.
Oh, you did it. Let's
Hi,
go.
Obi. What a cute little shit.
Cute little fucking dog.
He is. Man. What were we saying before I just said I had to do that? Oh, yeah. Where the
I
hell's
don't
our
even remember.
guest? She dirted us.
We will never know. I'm gonna go
Vi,
check on the news real quick.
is the mic quality bad on this one, you said?
Yeah, but
How
we
about
can
now?
fix that.
Because I threw my earpiece on, so. I'm actually going to turn my camera off. Can I turn my camera off?
Yeah, you should be able to just hit the camera button, and it should automatically just turn it off.
Haha.
There you go.
Because I'm going to throw you guys in my pocket so I can take this dog out. Which is also why I wanted to throw the earpiece on, because I hate it when people have like their speakerphone on and then their phone's in their pocket and it's like.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Really, we were just
Obi,
talking about how awesome Hercules is and how he's the greatest leftist Twitch streamer.
I mean, isn't he like the only big one? Obi,
I
come
mean,
on,
yeah,
stand up.
really, he's the only one that people care about.
Which is so like it's so funny. Like if like and this is weird. This is probably just me. If I were that big, I would feel guilty that I was the big one and like everyone had to like orbit around me. Is that weird?
I kind of understand it. I mean, I think it would be more awkward for me knowing that everyone's looking at me to do it because no one else can. Oh yeah, the maid dress was it was
Come on.
it was kind
Owen,
of nice.
outs
It was kind of nice.
Obi, come on. Outside. Oh yeah, it was super nice. I want you to know more than one person. I have tried to get them to listen to Hassan. Obi, come on. I know it's scary. I know it's so scary to walk down the steps. It's a big world. I've tried to get multiple people to check him out, and they're like, he looks like a frat bro. And I send that picture, and they're like, I'll check him out.
Yeah, dude, but he also is kind of frat bro-ish, but in the good way.
Good boy, Obi. That's a
Like,
good
we
puppy.
need somebody who's being out there being like, you got to go to the gym, you got to do this, but also preaching about leftist ideals that we give a shit about.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Because that's the only way you're going to get those guys. You either get them before they get on the alt-right pipeline or they get on the pipeline. Like, you have to stop them somehow.
I don't disagree. Good boy. Oh, I cannot believe how fucking fast this dog is learning to be potty trained.
Yeah, like Hoff said, he's basically just a on-ramp for leftists. And that
He
was like
is.
by design.
You know, that segues me into something from the news I want to talk about. Oh no. We're not doing this, buddy. I know what you're doing. You're laying down, so I will bribe you to come back in the house. But I don't have time, and it's fucking freezing. So you're getting carried in the house, which you don't like. Owen. Ugh. Good boy. Thank you for going to the bathroom outside. All right, so people were complaining about Kendrick Lamar and how like it wasn't the most radical thing in X, Y, and Z.
I mean, it was the way I explained to people is he point blank said he was going after Drake. What did you expect? Like,
can I just say this though? Like, and I think leftists do this wrong so much. Many things that leftists do wrong, but this is one of them that I want to bring up. People are like, was it radical? No. Was it extreme? No. Was it far left? No. Like, this man was on the biggest stage in the country. He cannot be like, there needs to be entry level leftism or this shit is not going to work. And like, did he have some pretty good political messaging? Yes. Could he have looked up at the booth and been like, fuck Donald Trump? Maybe. Probably would have gotten a lot of trouble for it. They might have cut it so it never aired. But like, we need people to be accessible. And I think way too many people are like, how many freaking Marx books have you read? And not like, what are you doing for your community?
Yeah, 100%. People are too quick to like, especially in the left, are too quick to be like, you're not 100% perfect, so you're not good enough for us.
Yeah, I don't disagree. And again, it's so weird to me because these same people are like, I don't know why the left's not more accessible. And it's like, really? You don't? I know why the left's not more accessible. Owen, come here. Because you guys never leave your online spaces. Owen, it's okay. And then you complain that there's no help anywhere. Owen, yeah, it's okay. Come up, old man. Good boy, Obi. We teethe on our toys in our bed like a good dog. We don't teethe on the bed. We're definitely teething on the bed. I could just do this whole live laying in that giant dog bed with him and everyone will be happy. I can fit in the dog bed.
They would be content, very content if you did that.
Yeah, because Lindsay was like, should I buy a bed that'll fit him now and then we buy a bigger one later? I'm like, you could just buy the one that'll fit him when he's an adult. So she's like, do you think this one's big enough? I'm like, I think it might be too big. And she's like, I'll get that one. It's so fucking big. I'm like, no joke. I was laying down in it with him earlier, like, because he needed like some reassurance while he was teething. I'm just laying on my side in this bed. He was fine.
About to go lazy mode and bring out my footstool that I got attached to my gaming chair. Oh, now I'm comfy. Now it's over. I might fall asleep on your live, Nick.
I mean, you could, old man.
Hey, people do stream them sleeping. That is a thing.
Yeah, I feel like neither one of us is conventionally attractive enough to stream ourselves sleeping.
Speak for yourself. I think I'm pretty hot.
You don't think that. You should, but you don't.
Oh.
That's that answer right there. Hold on one second.
Reading me for filth, why don't you? I see you.
I mean, look, I wouldn't be your friend if I didn't bully you.
Wait, you're telling me you can't do sleeping streams on OF, but you can do sleeping streams on Twitch? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, it does not.
Are you sure, Hoff? Because there's that one streamer who's been live for 3 years straight.
That's impressive.
Oh yeah, she's live all the time.
I want you to know that I've been worried for like 3 hours because all you do when you have dogs is worry that something was wrong with Obi because he didn't eat dinner tonight, but they warned me he would skip meals sometimes and he's been really lethargic. It's midnight and he is killing a toy. And I'm like, I was just nervous for nothing. Was nervous for nothing. Oh. What's up, Molly? How you doing? Oh. Yeah, they do have lots of weird rules. I have tons of friends who actually work in that industry, and some of the rules they tell me, I'm like, you have to do what? You can't do what? Like, one of my friends got dinged on one of the platforms she's on because while she was filming something that was potentially R-rated or PG-13, a cat walked by in the background and they were like, absolutely not. She was like, it was oh, zealous. Logically I know that. but the professional worrier in me does not know that. I keep looking at myself here because I'm on the computer. I need to look at myself there. I need to put like a piece of paper in front of my face over here. Ah, there we go. Now I'm not looking. I keep talking here and you guys are getting a weird angle of me. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
And the angle's really like when it comes to Twitch streaming, most of the time the angle is you're not looking at the chat. You're looking up or looking to the right. Or like for me, I will always be looking up here when I look at chat.
Just had a super political chat with your dad. How did it go? I want to know.
Jesus, yeah.
I always want to know how those conversations with parents go. You know, I did a video the other day and people got really mad where like they were talking about immigrants and I'm like, one, they're coming here legally. Two, they're asking for asylum the way they're supposed to. And secondly, half of the countries they're asking for asylum from, it's our fucking fault they're asking for asylum. Like we did
Oh,
that shit.
100%.
You can talk to your mom, but you wouldn't get a whole lot back. Don't do it then. You gotta maximize your returns on that one. You know, like I'd rather convert 10 Bill Burrs than one Skylar.
Bill is so close to the left too. I saw your video on that.
He's getting there. Every year he gets closer, which is hilarious because every year he gets richer and you'd think we would lose him. Nah, we're getting him. Every year he gets closer. I don't think it hurts that he spends a lot of time in black circles and he has a black wife because it's way harder to not hear leftist policies when you aren't just surrounded with white people my and his age. But it is interesting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Obi, what are we doing? I feel like that's going to be my catchphrase for the next year.
Oh, shit. I just got what Vile was saying.
I didn't know. Maybe I knew. Maybe I knew.
I didn't know. I know my mom's dead.
I didn't see that dirt comment. I didn't see that one. I only saw the first one.
I didn't see it until it was too late. Molly, that's pretty, like, I wish my dad agreed with me on politics. I don't have anybody in my family. Well, okay, my aunt and uncle kind of do, but I'm way farther left than they are.
OB. Do you guys see those videos where people were putting Harris hats on their Republican dads, like the I'm with her hats, and they would bring out the urn and put the hat on and just walk off camera? Like when she was running, I saw so many of those. And like that was the video. Like, you know, I got my dad a Harris hat, urn, hat, and leave. And the videos would all be 1 minute and 1 second, so they were monetized. And goddamn if they didn't do good. Which I thought was funny. I personally thought it was funny.
Just a little heads up for everybody over on Twitch. At the top of the hour, we are going to run an ad break. It would be much appreciated if you stayed and watched through, or if you subscribe so you don't have to watch the ad.
What happens when we watch the ad? Or we run the ad and they subscribe and they don't see it? Do they get like 5 minutes of like VIP conversation?
Pretty much, yeah.
Nice.
Gotta go to the stream manager.
What are you stealing? Do we chew on tables, Obi? The answer is yes, we do.
I haven't seen anything about that.
About what? What?
Hoff said something about Tennessee National Guard laying down shields at a protest. I haven't seen anything about that.
I haven't either. Hold on. Obi, we don't chew on tables. We do not. That is the face of a dog that definitely chews on tables.
If you don't see the ad, that means you got pre-rolled, so you don't have to worry about the ad.
Obi, we do not chew on the table. Ugh. I will redirect you onto this toy that I will stuff in your mouth. Thank you. Oh.
I'm waiting for somebody to make fun of my black sheets.
Make fun of your what?
My black sheets and my black pillows and everything in here is because of the black dog.
So we got black sheets for me when I was getting all these tattoos done, so I wouldn't stain the other sheets. And now Lindsay's like, these sheets are really comfy.
That's actually brilliant now that I think about it. What can you spend channel points on? I've never actually looked into that. I need to check into that.
National Guard lays down shields during peaceful protest in June of 2020.
Ah, okay.
As is often the case with shit like that, they it's the true news, but at the wrong time.
What's wrong with black sheets? How do I word this? It is I guess misconception, I guess, that people with dark sheets have dark sheets so they don't have to wash them as often. Which is not why I have them. I have them because I have a black dog.
What
Now
are
you're
you
just
doing?
living on the edge, Vile. Jesus. Black sheets with a white husky?
We don't do that. You cute little baby.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Oh. Pow, 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 pow. Do we get to chew on the camera stand? No, we do not.
I remember that, Molly. I remember that happening.
You're going to have to tell me what the chat says if there's anything that I need to know because I can't see shit. You're going to see me going like, what does it say? Because it's tiny on
Oh,
my screen and
I
I'm an old man.
agree. I like my sheets black. I like pretty much everything in my room is black just because I like the color. That's the way I like it. But it does show literally everything. But for some reason, people think darker sheets means you don't wash them as often. It's dumb. You said you couldn't read the chat, and Val just writes the word slur, 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 slur.
Typical Vi, always pushing my buttons. We
Oh
got to
my
get you
God,
used to
the
being brushed,
cutest.
big boy. We got to get you used to being brushed. Because if you're not used to it now, I'll never be able to brush you as an adult. Do you know that not everything's for teething? You don't know that. You think everything's for teething. You think everything is for teething.
So yeah, this will work perfectly if you go downstairs. If you can you read the chat at all, or do
On
you
my
have to like?
phone, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Maybe someone 20 years younger than me could, but I fucking can't. Not with these old man eyes.
How'd you
It's
read it on
tiny. It's like
TikTok?
6. Huh?
How'd you read it on TikTok?
Oh, it's way bigger on TikTok than it is on my phone for
Are
Twitch.
you looking?
Way
Are you
bigger.
looking? Are you looking at the actual screen where your photo's at, or are you looking where the chat's at?
Do I not have this set right? Am I making my life? Obi, my toes are not for
In the
teething.
middle of the screen, you should see a thing that looks like a chat bot or chat bubble. Click on that, and then the chat will be underneath our video.
Oh, God damn it. It wasn't showing right. See, this is why I need you.
Well, this is what we're here for. It's working now. So yeah, so now when you're down there, this is what you'll see, and you can set it all up on the computer to start the clock, and then it'll automatically switch over with you in. We'll
Yeah,
get
the
that
only
set
thing
up.
with that I can't do then is guests. You want to send him a toy? Oh, I promise you, he's got fucking enough.
We could though, if we eventually get it set up going where you do the $50 a month one, where I mean we don't have to, but if we ever do that, I could run everything from the computer and get guests in and out while you're downstairs with the geckos.
Yeah, I like the way this is functional. We'll just have to see. Can I grab that burr out of your tail?
Yeah, we
Thank you.
we just have to work with it and learn from it as we go. Because there's probably a way, like I said, you can go live from your phone. The only problem when you go live from your phone is it's going to be the vertical instead of the sideways like this.
Yeah, I don't mind this. I don't mind this like live from the computer, but me as
Yeah,
a
it works
guest on my
perfectly.
phone.
Yeah. The quality looks better, and you don't have to go buy a stupid ass digital camera to do it.
Hey, do we teeth on me? Yes, we do. We teeth on everything. We teeth on everything. He's trying to get to a cardboard box that's under the table. No, he got to it. I can hear him chewing on it.
I found it.
Oh. We don't chew on the box, Obi. We don't. We come here and we chew on the toy. Or my feet. God, he's bit the shit out of my feet so many times in the last. He's gonna be this dog's gonna be fucking trouble. I tell you what. I tell you what. Bink. No, just keep chewing your toy. Let's get. Oh, and do you want to get brushed? Let me get the softer brush. You don't like the big brush.
I just noticed I went on TikTok. We never renamed the stream, so it's titled Live Stream Live with Restream February 17th.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's okay. At
Oh,
least we got the date right. It just moved over to the 18th.
Oh, then we stop biting that. That's mine. You got to bite this. What'd you do on your live stream? Fought with my 2 dogs.
I mean, that's all people really care about. Dogs, cats. Damn it, Val. Now I want a donut. Motherfucker. Oh, I have a Bucky's near me. That's what I'm finna go do. I'm gonna drive out to Bucky's and grab me something to eat.
What's a Bucky's?
Is like the world's biggest gas station type thing.
Is
It's like
that
100.
Bucksies? Is that what it's called?
It's Bucky's, but it's
The one
spelled
with.
Bucksy.
See, shows what I know. Shows what I know.
I'm gonna go get me some chicken tenders and fries and a damn what's it called? Um,
He just
cinnamon roll.
He just changed the setting on my phone by bumping it with his nose. Owen, come here. I'll pet you. I'm like 50%. We're gonna have to go to the back door. Non-Texans not knowing Bucksies. Why would I know Bucksies? Y'all are lucky. I know Come and Go.
I've been to one of those, but I got a Bucky's not 15 minutes from my house.
I have a Come and Go shirt that I'm now too fat to wear, and I would wear it out in public. And it was funny because nobody would ever say a word about it. Nobody thought it was funny. Nobody, unless they were from where Come and Goes are, and then they would lose their mind. They'd be like, hell yeah, come. They didn't need to be drunk. They didn't need to be my age. It could be random people like, woo, Come and Go, yeah. Obi.
Trying to type on this watch is a real pain in the ass.
Trying to do what? Did you say type on this watch?
Yeah.
The future is now, old man. Molly, they're gas stations, and it is spelled K-U-M. Okay, this fucking idiot dog. Are you kidding me? Let me grab a tripod. This fucking idiot dog. I tried to feed him his dinner, and he wouldn't eat it. And he wouldn't eat it. So I just offered him some, and he didn't want it. And then my other dog, my original dog, started begging for some of it. So I gave the original dog, and now Obi is eating his dinner off the floor. So Owen doesn't get it.
And so, dude, I've made myself hungry now, so I think I am gonna hop off and actually drive to Buc-ee's.
It's so funny. You're like, I have to go to the gas station to get chicky tendies.
Well, there's nothing else open, and I want chicken tenders and a cinnamon roll.
I mean,
Oh, and a Coke Icy. That's what's fitting to happen.
is that like a Slurpee, but not the brand?
Icy, the brand, instead of Slurpee.
But it's like the same thing as a Slurpee?
Slurpee to me is more of like the ice crystals. This one's more of like it's the airy type.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm into. Slurpee, I think 7-Eleven's like grape slushy. But I am gonna hop off. Let me know if you need me.
No, I'm good. Go get your snacks. I may still be live when you get back.
All right, later.
All right, later.
Later, chat.
Typical dog behavior. Fucking isn't it? Isn't it typical dog behavior? Like, do you want treats? No. Do you want treats? No. Do you want treats? No. How about I give treats to the other dog? Absolutely not. This will not stand. So I guess I'm going to stand here and just throw his dinner on the floor. And him and his brother can eat it. This also gives me a chance to let them beef a little bit. Not that I want anything to go wrong, but I'm a firm believer that when you have a puppy, that's when you need to let the adult dog tell the other dog off, because they're least likely. Am I vegetarian? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I am fine with people that are vegetarians as long as they don't make it like, as long as they don't act like they're morally superior to other people for being vegetarian. I'm fine with vegetarians. A bunch of my friends are vegetarians. I am not. Now, I will say this, because I always like to add this when the conversation of are you vegetarian comes up. I am not vegetarian, but I am also against factory farming, because while you can say people are designed to eat meat, and we are, I can still go for meat that is as cruelty-free as possible. So, for example, there's actually a farmer on TikTok called Farming While Beige, and me and my wife recently started trying to figure, we just recently, the last 48 hours, started trying to figure out how to order from him, because he's a much smaller local farm, and he's actually not that far from us, so it's local, which makes it greener because the chicken doesn't have to be shipped all over the world. It's not traveling thousands of miles to get to us. It's traveling 100 miles or 200 miles. And we can get eggs and stuff like that from him. And I also, we also, and this is a privilege that we have, this is a financial privilege, and I want to be clear, I know what I'm saying is a financial privilege. We also will buy from local farms for our beef and our other stuff, because while it's more expensive, it is less cruelty. I don't think, and I want to be clear, vegan isn't cruelty free either. And people think it is, because it's not killing animals directly, but bulldozing habitat to grow crops is still killing animals. And there's the right way and wrong way to do it. So we, like I said, we buy as much, like, as low cruelty food as we can. So we buy from local farms, which is greener. Oh, I got to take a dog out. We buy from local farms, so it's cleaner. There's less gas involved. You know, it's better for the environment for that reason, but it's expensive. And I can tell you from experience, it's expensive. Sometimes I will look at what we pay for a pound of chicken, and we'll know good and well that I can get 5 pounds of chicken at the grocery store, 4 pounds of chicken at the grocery store for that same number, you know? And it's unreasonable for people to ask other people to do that, if that makes sense. I got to bring the good treats so he listens. And I don't understand people where they're like, oh, well, you could just buy lower cruelty. No, because you can't afford it. You can't afford it. Obi, we got to go outside now, please, because you just ate so much. Yeah, I don't understand people that don't do wool and honey either. Like, but here's the thing, and a lot of people don't like this, but it's true. Like, people don't like saying this, but it's true. Places like PETA are not sane. They are extremists. They are absolutely insane. I will always shit on PETA for this. Their mission statement openly says, let's go outside. Obi, come on. Come on. Their mission statement openly says an animal is better off dead than a pet. So they would rather literally take everyone's house pets and euthanize them than them exist as house pets. And they're against wool and they're against honey, but it doesn't make sense. Beekeeping is neutral to beneficial for bees. Beekeeping is neutral to beneficial for domestic honeybees. It's and only for domestic honeybees. PETA doesn't actually really care about the abuse of any animals unless they can market it. Obi, come on, bud. Like, they don't really give a shit about animals, you know? PETA has been busted repeatedly kidnapping pets out of people's backyards and euthanizing them. Like, they don't care about animals. They care about caring about animals. They care about looking like they care about animals, if that makes sense. Obi, come here. Owen, come here. Obi, you want this? Yeah, you do. Vereen, going vegan for financial reasons is totally fine. Obi, come on, bud. Come on, you got to get up. He's just laying on the ground. He just wants to be cold. All right, I'm going to have to carry this fucker back inside because he won't move. Hold on. I know you guys can hear. Oh, and do you want some water? I'll get you some water, bud. Come here. Yeah, so, you know, like, doing it because it's economical. I will tell you this. Going vegan for financial reasons is solid. But you got to make sure you're getting all those other nutrients that you could have been skipping. A lot of people don't realize how many people will just go, you can just go vegan. And actually can really make you sick. They go on if you're not prepared. Sheep suffer if they don't get sheared, correct. And a lot of places, Obi, a lot of places where PETA is involved, they say people shouldn't even breed sheep because it's cruel to the sheep to then have to shear them. Yeah, they only, but like, hold on, I gotta, yeah, but Zealous, here's the thing, like, do they need to be groomed? Yes. Did we breed them this way? Yes. Did the people that produce them through selective breeding create a problem? Also, yes. But then you run into the situation of what's better, the animal not existing or the animal existing and getting sheared once a year in something that stresses them out? And that's where you run into a really hard conversation, you know? Because if it were me, like if you were asking me, if you were to say, hey, you can exist, but one day a year for 20 minutes, you're going to get manhandled and you're going to wind up with a sunburn, or you cannot exist, I'm picking existing. Yeah, wool is way better. Like, I hate when I see people say vegan leather. No, it's plastic. And vegan this. No, it's plastic. And that's way worse for the environment than not having those animals. And unfortunately, people don't give a shit, you know? People don't care because they're like, oh, well, it's vegan. Well, yeah, it is, but it's also like pulling all of that oil and stuff out of the earth to make the vegan stuff is actually worse than if you just ate the damn animal. Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. But sometimes. Oh. Oh, I wish I could focus on this dumb dog for you guys. Oh, and do you need to go out? Are you just begging for attention? Yeah, sheep shearing is necessary. And yes, the way we bred sheep to be, we bred sheep into a position where it's bad for them. But it's not really bad for them as long as they're sheared. And again, shearing only really causes them stress for like 20 minutes. Because I've seen sheep get sheared, and I'm not talking like competitive sheep shearing. I'm talking just regular old, like someone comes to the farm and shears them. It's pretty fast. And if a sheep can get sheared that fast, and it's better for the environment than other options, and they get a good life the other days of the year, to me, it's worth it. You know, personally, to me, it's worth it. But yes, we did breed them into a corner where now they must experience this thing. Hi, buddy. Hi. Do you want to say hi? Do you want a hug? You don't want a hug. That's okay. Vi, I've seen so many arguments like that, and nothing undermines a vegan more to go there, if that makes sense. Like, well, if you don't believe in bodily autonomy for this, clearly you don't believe in it for anything else ever. And I don't actually know what's worse. If they mean that shit or if they don't. Uh-oh, hold on. Obi, we do not eat socks. Here, we eat this or this. I don't even know where he found this sock. Yeah, like, so one, shearing a sheep doesn't have the schmexual connotation of what that guy said. And the sheep don't think of it that way either. And two, again, like, if you told me I was going to have a good life but once a year someone was going to forcibly shave all my body hair, okay, I'm taking it, you know? And again, if they mean what they're saying, it's horrendous. And if they don't mean what they're saying, it's horrendous. Oh, and come here. But I don't know which one I think is worse, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know which one is more, oh, and up. I don't know which one is more offensive to me, but they're both offensive. I also think, and hear me out on this may be controversial, but it's my hot take. I think that extreme vegans are exactly the same as extreme Christians in this way. They are not sent out to do and say things for success. They are sent out to do and say things to get rejected. Like, you know, like when they send missionaries to knock on doors and they get kicked out, and like, we all know, like, we never let those people in our house. Why do they do it? They do it because the elders send them out to get rejected, so then they can come home and go, I had a horrible day and everyone rejected me. And the elders can be like, see, they don't understand you. You're safe with us. And I feel like the most extreme of vegan culture is the exact same, because they say, yeah, these are your talking points. And these people say these things and they're insane and nobody believes them. And then they come back and go, yeah, everyone was mean to me. Yeah, exactly. You know, Molly, like, one of my best friends is vegan, and he's also gluten-free. Now, the gluten-free is genetics. The vegan is a choice. And I will regularly screw with him about it, but it's all in good fun. And the first time me and him went out to dinner together, we're at a restaurant he could eat at that wasn't just a vegan restaurant. I said, hey man, do you care if I eat meat in front of you? And he was like, no man, like that's your life. You do what you want. I do what I want. Great. Fine. Does he sometimes say weird shit to me when I order a burger? Yes. Have I invited him over for dinner and then dropped twigs on a plate and been like, here? Also, yes. But like, that's where, to me, it needs to lie. But some of these people truly believe it's a horrible moral choice, which they get to believe. You just don't get to yell at me for the horrible moral choice I'm making, just like I don't think religious people should get to yell at me for the horrible moral choice they think I'm making. Does that make sense? That might have been long-winded. Yeah, wool and honey too feels weird. Again, honey is, it's a domestic livestock animal. So they need to be respected and cared for. But here's the other thing about honey. Side note, you may not know this. If the hive is shit, the bees leave. If they don't like the accommodations, they just fly away. And a lot of people don't know that, but bees will just leave. We're having 12:30 rock and roll time, huh? Yeah, and I know people, oh, bye, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I know people that will sometimes like be like, so the guy next to me has bees and they keep like escaping. I'm like, they're not escaping. They don't like the way he's keeping them, so they're leaving. Like, they're not escaping. They could just fly. Which, again, weird. I wish people more knew that, or more people knew that, excuse me, but what can you do? Anyone want to come up and banter with me now that I'm at my laptop again? Hi, Obi. You coming in? You come to get pets? You will get pets. You will get all the pets. You will get so many pets. You will get them. I was just curious if anyone wanted to. You don't have to. I was just asking. I can monologue. I do it all the time. I just like to offer. Yeah. So many people say, save the bees, and they mean honeybees. And it's like, save the birds. What birds? Domestic chickens. And that's not It's not really. No monologuing, only puppy. Obi. We do not chew on that blanket. Obi. I'll be right back. Obi, that is a very expensive blanket, and it is a gift from me to your mother. We do not chew on the blanket. We chew on this. There you go. Chew that. Yes. Good boy. No. Where's the chew toy? I got it. Here's one of your favorites. Chew this. Chew this. All right. You lose the blanket. You lose blanket privileges. You lose blanket privileges. Ugh. He's pouting because I stole the blanket. The Halloween Godzilla one, that is the one that he wants to teeth on. It's actually not that expensive. It was just a pain in the ass to get, so he can't teeth on it. I'm cheap with presents. I'm good with presents, but I'm cheap with presents. Yeah, that one. I'm not letting him chew that one up. Are you crazy? I mean, I could replace it, but I don't want to. I have to try and avoid replacing shit that he chews because I'm already going to have to replace shit that he chews. So I got to try and reduce it. Good boy, using your stairs. And he's trying to chew the box again. You know what? I'm going to let him chew the box. You win this round, Obi. It's actually fine that he's chewing the box. Excuse me. I don't want to be so tired. Yeah, the Halloween Godzilla one is a good one. Obi, you're being a criminal. Why can't they all be like this? Just a good little dog. He's a puppy? I know. I fucking hate puppies. I hate puppies. I've always hated puppies. I will always hate puppies. Because puppies know nothing. They don't know anything, and they just cause problems. Did anyone protest today? I wasn't aware of a protest today. Was there a protest by me today and I missed it? If I did, it's okay, because I could not have gone anywhere because I got a puppy. But I would have liked to have been there. They are cute. They're super cute. I actually was talking with a friend of mine and I said, you know, this will probably be my last puppy. And they were like, why? And I was like, because I'm old enough that I can tell you my last puppy was 25 years ago. And if I wait 25 years for my next puppy, I'm going to be in my 70s. I'm going to be too old for that shit. Now, I might not be, but I probably will be. They're so cute. They're so cute. He's fucking adorable. It's insane. Hi, Obi. Yeah, they're so dumb. They're so dumb, and I love it so much. Like, what's her name? Stephanie Beatrice? What's it called? Brooklyn Nine-Nine? God, I wish I could think of the quote. Rose is the character, and like, she gets a dog, and she's like, I've known this dog for 10 minutes, and I would kill everyone to protect this dog. Like, yeah, they're fucking cute. Puppies are cute, but Molly, I'm not familiar with that one. There was one like that. There was one like that last weekend, 2 weekends ago that I went to. 2 weekends ago that I went to. Well, I'm going to kill this puppy if he doesn't stop chewing on the table. How about that? How about that? Is he putting himself to bed? He can't put himself to bed. It's too early. He's putting himself to bed. Oh, this could be great. He did this the other night too. He's like, I'm going to bed. I'm like, I can't wake up twice overnight to let you out. I can only wake up once. So like we put him to bed and I wake up once and I let him out. And then my wife wakes up in the morning. And that's okay. Waking up once is okay. But waking up twice to let him out? Nah. Then I don't get good sleep at all. At all, at all, at all. Oh. Isn't it crazy to think that? I'm not sure which thing you mean. Excuse me. Possibly, but I'm not sure what you mean. By the way, can I tell you how weird it feels to be fully clothed live streaming? Shirt, socks, long pants, because I keep having to run outside and it's cold as shit. Oh. Owen, do you want to come here? Come here. Or don't. Be miserable. It's your choice. To think that I'll miss the chaos? I won't. I won't. I will not. I hate puppies. I hate them. Hate them. Somebody fucking clip that and make it go viral with no content. I hate puppies. I love dogs. I hate puppies. Here's the thing, though. There are good benefits to getting puppies. And in this instance, my little dog will be able to be the boss of my big dog, or at least not get pushed around by my big dog. And they will learn to be around each other. Also, yeah, come on. Owen, come on. Also, this allows me to have a gigantic dog that is acclimated to me and my wife. I'm not disparaging that weird gecko wife when I say this. I am prepared to be firm and strict with a Mastiff. My wife's not so prepared. Like, she's not so prepared. She loves to baby the babies. So if she's going to baby the babies and they're going to be big when she gets them, they're never going to listen to her, you know? Our first dog together was a Chow Basset Hound mix, and that is 100% asshole. That dog barely listened to her. Like, she even says that was my dog and her roommate, and she's not wrong. He really liked her, but he didn't listen to her. The best age for most dogs is between 2 and 9 years. That's like the funnest years. But I'm going to say this. There is nothing, and I mean this sincerely, nothing as like regal as a senior dog. Like, there's truly something amazing about a senior dog that you just don't get elsewhere. And that may be a controversial take. And I know that it's not when most people want their dogs. I don't want a senior dog like to start. I don't like to start there. But like when a dog is in their twilight years, and you know they're going to break your heart soon, but it doesn't matter. Like we had Roscoe from the spring of 2010 to like the fall of 2024. It's great. 14 and a half years we had that dog. Would I trade anything for those, like the 2 to 9? Absolutely not. But like 12 to 14, there's no beating it. I love that. Why do I have a shirt? because it's cold and I keep having to throw a coat on and take the puppy outside because, and I'm not complaining when I say this, the foster that had him has a dog door. So he knew to just walk outside to go to the bathroom. So when he needs to go to the bathroom, he walks to the back door, and when he goes, I can't get out, he just goes. That's not his fault. That's the way he was trained. He's a puppy. But because it's so cold here, if I throw a coat on with no shirt on, I'm still cold. So I would rather be hot in the house. Like, I'm not going to turn the camera up, but I bet you if I show you the light, you can see the light flickering there. That's because the fan over me is on the highest it will get. And then I sprint and I throw the coat on and I let him out and then I come back in. So that's why. Earlier today, I did not have this on because with the sun out, it was warm enough I didn't need it. But whew. And I'm wearing long pants too. Normally I'm in like shorts and no shirt and I'm still hot because I run super hot. But this, no way. No way. But that's what, like, I would rather be hot in the house and just shower more often than be freezing outside. Not even because I care, and I hope this will make sense. It's real easy when you're freezing to get more annoyed with a puppy that's not doing what you want. It's real easy when you're freezing to not give them every opportunity and not like, and I did it just like when he laid down, I didn't let him just lay down because I didn't have the bandwidth to deal with it. So I just picked him up and brought him in. But that wasn't a training moment. That was a, I'm not going to put up with your bullshit moment, if that makes sense. But if it was a training moment, I wouldn't want anything to make me not be 100%. They are the most expensive. They are. But in my household, we don't have kids. Animals are what we do. Animals are what we do. So that's just fine, you know? Yeah, it does for sure. It does for sure take them till 2. Oh, Vi, I don't know which of those is worse, and I'm sorry to hear both of them. Related. One of the reasons we didn't go with the first dog that we were looking at adopting, because I contacted a couple places about a couple dogs. The first dog we didn't go with, like, you had to spay and neuter by 6 months. By the 6-month birth date of that dog, based on what their estimate was, you had to spay and neuter. And I was like, hey, this is going to be a big dog. This dog's going to be 100+ pounds, because we were looking for a big dog. I was looking for a big dog. And I'm like, fixing a 100+ pound dog at 6 months old is not recommended. And they wouldn't budge. So I was like, all right, I'm not adopting this dog. And they were like, well, just so you know, you're approved as long as you'll agree to that. I'm like, I understand that, but I'm not going to agree to that. It's not going to happen, because it's important to me that I let the dog be healthy. Side note, for those of you that don't know, especially in male dogs, the chemical that tells their legs to stop growing, like the biological response, the ongenic response that does that, happens during puberty. So if they don't have puberty, their limbs get longer, which, especially in big dogs, increases the risk of limb problems. So I was like, not worth it, not risking it. Oh man. And adrenal tumor. That's rough. Tumors are so rough in dogs because at least for me, like, I sometimes will give it one chance to cure it. Like, I'm giving it one chance to take this out. One chance. We did that with our dog Red. He had cancer. They were like, we think we can get it out. They went in, they got it out. They're like, hey, we couldn't go as far as we wanted to be 100%. We got it all. We might not have. And we were like, all right, that's it. And then when it came back, I was like, I'm not putting him through that again. Because you can't tell a dog you're going to go through this hoping you're going to be okay in the future. They don't know. They just know it sucks. And he was old enough. I'm like, we tried once. It didn't work. That's it. Oh, what time is it? It's 12:45. I should wrap this up. I should end this so I can do a little bit of work and then walk the dogs appropriately. I appreciate all you being here with me. I'm going to get back to live streaming more frequently now that I can do this. Now that I figured out how to work it with the phone, that's going to make it a lot easier. So I'm going to catch y'all later. See ya. Be good. Vi, don't murder me with that clip too hard, or do whatever. It'll be funny. But thanks, y'all. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.